So pretty much you can just do anything you want to do. It's playing for a church, or playing in a school section, or just playing in a hotel lounge. You're doing like a one-man band solo, or two-man, or three-man, or even in a professional band. You can actually take in and out your different parts. Like say for example, you're playing this tune, and you do have a drummer, but you don't have a bass player. You could just take out the bass, the drums right there. And that's the nice thing about the Audya. The layout is so expressive. If I'm playing with the arrangement, I'm playing a style, for example, and I don't want to hear drums, simply use the volume over here and bring down the drum volume. Or take it up, bring up or down the bass over here, or put it back up again, bring up the chords, up, down, forward. So pretty much this is all your arranger controls right here. Okay, so So as you can see, let's just give you an idea that I'm doing everything here live, pretty much live control, live swings, and everything else. Now, in our category here, very nice control right here is called the style mode. Style mode is a feature that allows you to have different modes as to how to control the style. We initially spoke about the voice list to style in the voice section of this tutorial. Now we're going to access the other features that are pertaining to the style per se. The interactive guitar is a very interesting new feature as well. It gives you the capability of controlling at what velocity you're going to hear the interactive live guitar kick in. Now, just to give you an idea of what that sounds like, let's see. Let's say we'll do this. Pick a style. I'm going to pick a nice style here that has the audio guitar. There we go. So listen to what's happening exactly. When you play the keyboard a little bit harder, the audio guitar goes off and is replaced with a strum, an actual guitar strum, okay? Now listen to this. I'm going to turn off the drum part and just leave the audio part going for a second here. Key start. Okay, now if I hit or bang the key, not bang, but hit the keys a little bit harder, listen to the strum. Now that goes true for all styles that have an audio part associated with them. See? So if I don't do anything, just let it go by itself, just play it normally. I want to strum, hit it hard. Fade out, nice and slow. In the style view mode, Ketron has a couple of tricks up their sleeves for this one. In the style view, I can actually go in there and access the different parts that make up the style, which in this case, you have audio drums for one, you have a groove for part two, you have bass, you have two lower parts, and then you have the 5 chord parts over here. Now, this is what's interesting. For some of these tracks, I can decide if I want to use either MIDI parts or audio parts, or a combination of both. And I'll give you an example right here. We're going to go into this, let's say, ballad style, for example, or into my pop style, and pick a style called acoustic groove. and get back into my main screen. Now I'm going to go into Style View. Now in Style View, I can, again, like I said before, access the different parts of the style. Listen to this. This is how the style comes out of the factory. Okay, I'm going to now change the base from a MIDI base, which is MIDI because this is small letters, to an audio base by pressing F3 twice to select it. So now it's capital letters, it's a MIDI base. I can scroll through the bass bank to select whichever bass line I want to use. And these are all bass parts that have been done by professional bass players. So let's say I like the 6/8. Now this is going to be interesting because I'm going to combine a 6/8 blues part or a 6/8 ballad with the 4/4. Listen to how the bass line now sounds. Okay, now for chord 4, I can do one of two things. I can leave it the way it is right now, which is small letters, so therefore it's MIDI, or I can select F9 and select it again, and now it's capital letters, and it's an audio track, but it's an arpeggio and lick, and I can select which arpeggio and lick I want to use for this particular style. I can use a piano triplet or something. Let's check it out. And bring the volume up a little bit. Right now the volume's on 31. I can tap that so you can hear it. Now remember here, it's set to global, so whatever changes I do are going to impact arrangement A, B, C, and D. If I don't want that to happen, I can do this and hit it single. So now with the single part, I can assign the changes just to arrangement A, and then I go to B and do something else in B. I can now pick a different part, let's say banjo or something, and then go to C, and I want to pick, let's see, I want to use a different bass line in C. Let's say I want to use this bass line, and I want to use a different audio track here in chord 5. Oh, by the way, chord 5 is a live guitar, smooth folk. I want to change that to another live guitar, up clean or up country, for example, in C. So now, when I go to A, the same style with modifications. B, and if I like what I have so far, I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes, of course, but if I like what I have so far, simply press the save button and just save the new style with the old name or with a new name. And that's going to be saved instantly into the memory. Now, another feature I want to show you here was the same feature, but I just want to explain this a little bit more in depth because some people will definitely have questions. But wait a minute, how do you actually, control that audio and change that and all those changes? Once again, the chords or the parts of the machine that can be differentiated between audio and or MIDI are drum 1, which when it's in capital letters is an audio drum like it tells you over there. Press that again, it's a regular drum part right now, it says techno. So it's going to either say audio or a regular drum. Part 2, which is going to be the bass bank right here, which is the bass track. Again, small letters, you're in MIDI. Capital letters, you're in audio. Chords 1, chords 2, and chord 3 are always going to be in MIDI, but you can change the instrument that you want by just selecting the chord part and turning the data value wheel. You can change the volume by using the right or left arrow buttons to give you the actual volume for that particular part. Chord 4 can either be an arp and lick feature, arpeggio lick, audio file, or it can be MIDI, small letters. Part 5 is a live audio guitar, or can be just the regular MIDI with strings. And again, even if you select the MIDI part, you can still scroll through and assign it to something else. When you're done with all the changes, you can now go into the effects page, and you can change the effects for the arranger part. You can go into the pan